15-Minute Mondays, your kickstart to week high-energy 15-minute episode on the Success Blueprint. I'm your host, Daniel Greg Johnson. Let's get right into it. Hello everybody, welcome back on the Success Blueprint. It is 15-Minute Monday time, that time of the day where you get your quick power episode for the week. I hope that you had a fantastic weekend. And I'm not going to hold you long. We're going to get right into it. Today's episode is called Raise the Baseline, Guard the Bandwidth. And why have I called this episode that way? Because in the beginning, when coaching clients come to me and we start the journey, very often when I look at their life and their performance, it looks like the audio waveform of a Megadeth concert. There's like high peaks, and when there is a drop, then it's a deep drop. It goes down. It goes like really, really dramatically down, and it's always up in the like peak area, and that is something that doesn't work. It's not sustainable. If you look at a solid performer, someone that is more C-suite level, senior management level, you will see that their audio waveform looks like a graph that goes like a subtle wave with equal highs and equal lows. And it might be pushed higher in the performance area, but it stays constant. And that is the key. Of course, there will every now and then be a steep drop and maybe a raise, an incline like a peak, but it won't be as dramatic as you can see it in the average person that is just on the hamster wheel in autopilot mode and constantly fighting fires and the things that life throws at them. So that's why we talk about how to raise the baseline by guarding the bandwidth today. The myth of peak performance is that it happens in rare bursts of brilliance, and it doesn't. Let me share the truth with you, tribe. Extraordinary outcomes are built on ordinary days done well, over and over again, one Tuesday at a time, one morning block at a time. If you want consistent excellence, you must stop renting your bandwidth to trivialities and to all the things that distract you. Guard one block of deep work as if it were revenue, as if it would be making you money. Guard one block of recovery as if it were oxygen, and raise your baseline not through intensity, but through daily, boring and unsexy non-negotiables that compound into an unfair advantage. So in this episode, I will disrupt how you think about productivity forever, and I hope it resonates with you, and I hope that you are paying attention. What's the problem here? We've built a culture that worships heroic sprints, all-nighters, week-long pushes, the emergency effort that gets you noticed. But here is the problem that I want to share with you. Bandwidth is finite. Every notification, meeting and context switch siphons it away. Recovery is treated as optional, yet burnout is treated as inevitable. People chase optimization hacks instead of mastering simple consistency. And here is signs that you are in this trap. You end days exhausted but can't name your biggest win. You swing between overwork and collapse all the time. Your baseline, your ordinary days, is fragile, unpredictable, and easily hijacked. Without a raised baseline and guarded bandwidth, you'll confuse chaos for progress, and you become a classical burnout victim. What's the cost and consequences of that? Let me share that with you. When you neglect your baseline, you got a cognitive decline. Studies have shown frequent task switching lowers effective IQ by up to 15 points. That's a lot during work hours. That's like showing up drunk to your own priorities. Inconsistent output is another one. Greatness becomes accidental, not intentional. And you might shine occasionally, but no one can rely on you, including yourself, because of all the things that you're dealing with: burnout, stress, anxiety, and everything that builds up in you. Health debt, sleep and recovery cuts pile up as hidden debt, eventually collected through burnout, illness, or emotional collapse. And leadership failure, or failure in your own little business, collaborating with people, showing up in general. Teams copy what you normalize, and so do your partners and your peers. It doesn't matter, doesn't have to be in a leadership position. If you model chaos, you breed chaos, and you will see that in the response very often of the people around you, your kids, your partner, and even your animals. The ultimate cost, you become a high-effort, low-impact operator, busy all the time, but never building something that lasts. And I have seen this over so many coaching engagements, how people show up at first. It's exactly that formula. But today, I'm going to share, as per usual, a 5-step framework with you with clear action steps that you can implement right now to turn the ship around. Here is how to raise your baseline and guard your bandwidth. Structured, specific, and disruptive, because I like that. Step number 1, name and protect your revenue block. Identify one daily block, ideally 90 to 120 minutes, where you tackle the single activity that creates the most disproportionate value. For a CEO, it might be a strategy. For a creator, content. For a salesperson, prospecting. Guard it like money, because it is money. It's return on investment. Understand that. An action that you can take here, put it on your calendar and make it untouchable. Meetings can move, but this cannot, and that's the start. Step number 2, install a recovery anchor. No recovery, no resilience. That's as simple as it is. Choose one ritual that resets you daily. A nap, 30 minutes of exercise, deep breathing, or a walk without your phone. This isn't indulgence, it's infrastructure. An action that you can take here, schedule recovery first, then build work around it. Treat recovery as oxygen, not a luxury. I've been talking about this so much, people get it wrong over and over again. And then you make an effort, and then after 2 weeks, you're just back to square one. You need to put this in and keep it. Keep the discipline on this. Step number 3, create one micro baseline upgrade. Pick the smallest daily non-negotiable that compounds. Consistent bedtime, hydration targets, or a 10-minute morning journal. Small things upgrade tomorrow's baseline, and it doesn't get more simple than this. Tomorrow's baseline decides next month's ceiling. An action that you can take here, start with one upgrade. Nail it daily for 30 days before adding another. Makes a huge difference. Step number 4, build a minimum viable day. MVD. Define the 3 actions that make any day count, that move the needle, even bad ones. Example, 1, 90-minute deep work. 2, recovery block. 3, 10K steps. If these are done, the day is won. This shifts performance from perfection to consistency. And in action, write your MVD, stick it on your wall, and live by it. It is powerful. And then you have an accountability buddy stuck right there in front of you. Put it as a background on your phone. Tell your coach, tell your wife, tell your partner, tell anyone, keep them or tell them to keep you accountable. Step number 5, audit and cut bandwidth leaks aggressively. Distraction is theft all over, and it's everywhere. You cannot resist it. You have to be intentional about it. Audit where your bandwidth leaks. Recurring useless meetings, phone alerts, shallow work in peak hours, interactions with friends, partners, family that are mindless, that have no depth, that don't really achieve anything. It's just there to share drama and share things that really don't matter and don't move the needle. And then cut them ruthlessly. Each leak is stealing tomorrow's clarity. That's as simple as it is. An action for this week, cancel one recurring meeting or mute one source of constant distraction. Guard your bandwidth like you guard money. That's a foolproof recipe. What's the deeper meaning of this? Why does this really matter? This is about more than productivity. It's about self-respect. When you guard your bandwidth, you declare that my attention is valuable, my energy is not for rent, my ordinary days matter. Raising the baseline transforms how you experience life. You stop being reactive and start being intentional. This is a big word. Intentionality is what I raise in my clients consistently, and that changes lives around. Partnerships, businesses, work, doesn't matter. Intentionality is one of the keys to success, happiness, and balance. You stop confusing effort with impact. And you stop needing chaos to feel alive, because this is a drama triangle. And I see so many people doing this, and they will defend their positions on social media. They will always be the ones that will put comments there and explain over and over again why what they're doing is right, but it isn't. It's as simple as that. It doesn't get easier than that. It's not right. Here is the disruptive truth that I want to share with you. Your legacy will not be built on your peaks. It will be built on your baseline. That's the rule. History doesn't remember people for their frantic busyness. It remembers them for sustained, compounding, disciplined focus. Raise your baseline and you raise your life. That's the rule that I guarantee you, if you do this, it will change your life. You look at Warren Buffett, he's famous for structuring his day around protecting bandwidth. He spends 80% of his time reading and thinking, not running around. Ordinary days done with discipline compound into unmatched wealth and clarity. A client of mine that arrived a couple of months ago, managing director, was drowning in meetings. We built this minimal viable day around 2 hours of strategic thinking, 1 recovery ritual, and daily movement. Within 3 months, his output increased, his team reported fewer crises, and he described himself as finally leading instead of firefighting. It makes a big difference, guys. You can start this right now. This episode gives you the entire framework. You do not need anything else, and you can thank me later. Let me share some advanced strategies with you and some extra depth. Bandwidth budgeting. Treat bandwidth like currency. Allocate your sharpest cognitive hours to high-value tasks and refuse to spend them on low-return junk expenses like emails before 10 a.m. Neuro-cycle alignment. Your brain's ultradian rhythms peak every 90 minutes. Protect 1 cycle daily for deep work. Then deliberately recover. Work with biology, not against it. Bandwidth multipliers. Use systems to extend effective bandwidth. Batch similar tasks. Automate trivialities. Delegate anything beneath your hourly value threshold. Cognitive debt repayment. Like financial debt, skipped recovery or chronic distraction builds up as interest. Proactively repay. Catch up on sleep. Take digital Sabbath or schedule low bandwidth days to reset. That's the simple recipe. And here, let me give you your weekly challenge for immediate implementation. This week, create your baseline protection plan. Number 1, choose your revenue block. Schedule 190 to 120 minute deep work session every day and then guard it. Number 2, pick 1 recovery ritual. Schedule it daily as a non-negotiable. And number 3, define your MVD. Write down the 3 daily actions that guarantee success. Number 4, eliminate 1 bandwidth leak. Cancel a meeting, mute alerts, or cut a low-value task. Cancel that meeting with a friend that drains you, consistently only talks about themselves and never lets you get a word in anyway. Why do you want to keep on wasting your time? Number 5, commit to 1 micro upgrade. Sleep, hydration, journaling, pick 1 and nail it every day. At the end of the week, journal. Did I live like bandwidth was infinite? Or did I protect it like the finite? Priceless asset it really is. That's the secret, guys. If you follow this, I guarantee you, you will turn your life around. You will make an impact at work, in your personal life. It doesn't matter. And here is my call to action to you. If this episode struck a nerve, I want you to share it. Copy the podcast link, share it with 3 people on WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you communicate with your tribe. There you can share it. Someone you know is burning bandwidth on trivialities and they need to hear this. And then subscribe, leave a review, and join me in building a tribe that values clarity over chaos. Every single rating on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, doesn't matter where you listen, helps me to climb. They will distribute it more. And if you think that it's worthwhile for people to hear this podcast, then that's what you can do for me. I will be forever grateful. And let's not forget our sponsor. A big thank you to Doc Marty Mushrooms. Marty's work isn't just about mushrooms. It's about building human resilience. His passion for health, focus, and longevity aligns perfectly with today's lesson. Guard your body and your bandwidth. And if you head over to docmarty.com, you can use the code DAN20, DAN20, and you get an exclusive to the Success Blueprint 20% discount on your first purchase. I guarantee you won't regret it. I also started with some mushrooms and with some drinks with mushrooms and coffee with cordyceps, and I can tell you it makes a massive difference regarding your cognitive function, your clarity and focus. And I can tell you Marty has a lot of fantastic products available and even has products for kids. So head over to docmarty.com. Thank you, Doc Marty. I really appreciate you. And I want to leave you with one thought. Your bandwidth is life's most precious currency. I want you to stop wasting it. Stop renting it to distractions. Raise your baseline and you'll never need to rely on frantic sprints again. Do ordinary days well and your extraordinary days will take care of themselves. That was it. That was Daniel, your host on the Success Blueprint. I hope that you have a fantastic week. And here's my promise to you. I'll be back. Take care, tribe.